is up, guys? ExxotikGaming here, back with another Pixel Gun 3D video, and today's video is another random weapon gameplay. Today's video is pre-recorded from the time you guys are watching this. I'm recording this on June 8th, 2016, and with that being said, let's jump right into today's video. Today's random weapon gameplay is called Ricocheting weapon gameplay, a gameplay that I have been wanting to do for a very long time, and a gameplay that so many people have been wanting me to do ever since I did the reviews on the laser bouncer and the laser bow. So with that being said, make sure to leave a like if you guys do enjoy this video, and let's go jump right into the shop menu to showcase the weapons that I will be using in today's video. The primary weapon I will be using in today's video is the alien rifle. The backup weapon I will be using is the alien blaster. The special weapon I will be using is the laser bouncer, the sniper weapon I will be using is the laser bow, and lastly, the premium weapon I will be using is the alien cannon. Now you guys may be wondering why the heck I do not have a melee weapon of choice for today's video, and the main reason is because, well, there are no ricocheting melee weapons in Pixel Gun 3D. Now there may be some in the future, but for right now, there are 0 melee weapons that are ricocheting weapons, and, well, it wouldn't really make any sense if a melee weapon is ricocheting, so I'm completely disregarding the melee section and not even going to be using this for this video. So I have been recording this for a little bit, I have been trying to record this, and I'm going back in the same server that I was in earlier because there was a fake me in this server. I'm not entirely sure if he's still there. Nope, he's not, never mind. But there was a fake me earlier, and he was probably the most accurate I have ever seen for a fake me in a video. Like, he was very accurate. The only thing he messed up with was some of the letters in the name, but he even got the clan logo, which everybody usually screws up in the clan logo, but surprisingly, he actually got a majority of the things right about me when he was fake, which kind of made me a little annoyed. I might have to fix things up or change things up a bit. I should just do that in my future videos, have a completely different name every single video so no one ever knows who it is. They're never gonna know who the real ExxotikGaming is. One day I may name myself freaking Cute Boy. You guys will never even know. But in today's video, guys, since I am so excited to finally be doing a random weapon gameplay, I wanted to do something a little bit special for today's random weapon gameplay, the ricocheting weapon gameplay, and tell you guys another little story. So it seemed like a lot of you guys did enjoy the story that I told you guys in Space Weapon gameplay about Rachel, the psychotic girl on my trip to China. So, I have another story that's very similar to that. I didn't actually get potentially killed in this story, but other very interesting things happened in this, and it was something that I thought was worthy of telling you guys a little story on video. And it's another trip that I went on. This time it was last summer. The one that I went to China was 2 summers ago, and this one was only last summer, so it wasn't that long ago, but it's still very vivid in my memory. I still remember it like it was yesterday, okay? But anyways, getting back to the story. So, when I went to Vietnam, this was when I was in Vietnam, I didn't really have the greatest people on the trip. They were very immature, they didn't really, they weren't too responsible, and overall, I just really didn't like these people. I had the misfortune of dealing with Rachel again on this trip to Vietnam as the same that I did when I went to China. So I had to deal with her for 2 different trips on 2 different years. And this was towards the end of the trip when we were in a place called Ha Long Bay. A lot of you guys have probably heard of Ha Long Bay before. It's a very famous place that is probably one of the most beautiful bays in the world. It's absolutely amazing. I'll put an annotation down below so you guys can search it up on Google, search Google Images, whatever the heck you want to do. It's honestly something amazing and something I definitely recommend everybody to visit at least once in their lifetime. But anyways, we went on this very special little cruise when we were in Ha Long Bay. It was basically an overnight type of cruise type thing, and it was really cool because you could basically stay the night in the bay, and it was on a really nice ship for a place out in the middle of freaking nowhere. It was a really nice boat to be on. There was even showers on the boat, and it was an overall really nice, accommodating place. But, like I said, the people on my trip kind of said different. And this was about 10 o'clock at night. And I have to tell you guys this. In Vietnam, there's really no legal drinking age. You can pretty much drink alcohol at any age you want, okay? I had a couple of drinks, had a couple of beers when I was there, had a couple of Bud Lights. Just kidding, there aren't Bud Lights over there. But I did have a couple of of beers and stuff when I was over there over my time, and I didn't really get a ton, you know, because everybody always tells you, you know, you gotta drink responsibly. You don't have a ton of stuff, right? So I completely listened to them. But like I said, everybody on my trip was very irresponsible and very immature, and they didn't do that. So the second they saw alcohol on like room service menus and stuff like that, they're like, oh my god, let's get drunk tonight, let's party! And I'm just like, oh god, no. So I didn't even want to associate myself with these people. But unfortunately, there were really only 12 people on this trip, and I kind of had to associate with some of them if every single freaking person on the trip did this. So, it was about 10 p.m., late at night. I didn't want to deal with anybody on the freaking trip anymore that day. Rachel almost threw up on me after going on the freaking boat ride, and it was an overall not that great of an experience, okay? So I go up into my room, and I seclude myself. Everybody else is downstairs. I believe they were all in one room, and everybody was just kind of having fun, having like a little party or whatever, and since I didn't like the people, why the heck would I even bother going to the party, okay? I'm not gonna go to a party if I don't like any of the people that are there. That's just stupid. That's like rule number 1. You don't go to a party if you don't like the people that are at the party. So anyways, I go up into my room, I seclude myself. I thought I locked the door, but apparently that didn't happen, and I start playing Pokemon on my iPhone, right? GBA for iOS, best app, by the way. Totally recommend you guys all get that. And I'm sitting there, minding my own business, playing Pokemon. I had already taken a shower and everything, alright? I was ready to go to bed. It was 10 p.m., it was past my bedtime. My mama would have called me, told me to get inside that bed right now. But anyways, just kidding, she wouldn't have actually done that. She couldn't have called me because it was probably like... Actually, it was probably around like 12 midday in Florida at that time, if it was 10 p.m. Vietnamese time. But anyways, I'm sitting there, minding my own business, and then I hear a knock on the door, and I'm like, oh, great, is it the counselors or something? Do they want me to go down there? Because there was karaoke on the ship, and I thought I heard people singing, and I was like, there's no way I'm ever gonna freaking do karaoke. I'm not the type of person that likes karaoke, by the way. Absolutely hate it, and I didn't really want to deal with these people in freaking karaoke, okay? Rachel absolutely loved karaoke, and she had the worst singing voice in the entire world, and it was, you're like, your ears bled if you had to, like, listen to her, and she would scream into the microphone. She thought she was on, like, a freaking Katy Perry concert where there was, like, 30,000 freaking people watching it, when in reality we were in a small, confined room with, like, 9 other people, and it was just not the greatest thing in the world. So I thought everybody was doing karaoke, and I didn't really want to deal with that, but turns out it was just one of the kids in the group, and I opened up the door, and I already could tell. She was pretty drunk, and I was just like, oh, great, they're drunk again, because they were already drunk, like, at least 2 or 3 times in the past on the trip, and I'm like, not again. So she's just like, hey, Michael, we're really not having that much fun because you're not there. We want you to be there and have a party with us. And immediately, I'm like, no, I ain't gonna go to no party. Man, girl, you crazy. But eventually, she's sitting there, she's hard at it. She doesn't allow me to freaking close the door. Whenever I try to close the door, she keeps it open. She props it open with her foot. And I mean, I'm not going to be that freaking psychotic. I'm not going to, like, slam the door with her foot, chop her foot up with the door and be like, I'm locking myself in my room and playing Pokemon. So I go downstairs, right? I thought it was going to be perfectly harmless. I thought they were going to be, you know, just partying, maybe just talking, having a great time. Because it was near the end of the trip, and I thought maybe they would just, you know, be talking about all their best experiences on the trip or something like that. But the second I open the door, it is very different from that. I immediately realize every freaking person in the entire room is drunk, besides me. And there was a counselor on the trip in the freaking room, and she was drunk too. Why would the counselor? I thought she was supposed to be the one that would be like the responsible one. But no, she was not. She was probably more drunk than everybody else on the whole freaking trip. So I opened up the door, everybody starts cheering. They're like, yay, Michael's here. And I'm just like, oh, hey everybody. I start scanning my surroundings, alright? I'm kind of looking around, seeing what everybody has in store for me. I see this one kid who I swear he looks like he's 12, but he's actually 15. He's sitting there on the bed with his shirt off with 2 big wine bottles in either hand. He apparently spent $100 on those wine bottles, alright? He blew through his money. I don't know if it was his or his parents' money. It would probably make a lot of sense if it was his parents' money, but still, $100 freaking dollars. He wasted all that money on 2 wine bottles, alright? And then, here's the worst part. Rachel was in the bed with him. And she was naked. She was freaking naked. The least attractive person in the entire world was naked with this kid in the bed. And I felt sorry for him because he was so insanely drunk that he probably didn't even realize that she was in the bed with him. But she's sitting there in the bed and she looks absolutely terrible. By the way, there's her friend in the bed with them. So it's like two really, really large girls and then him in the middle, okay? And it's just, it looked a little interesting to say the least. And I go and I look and I turn, go look at the walls, and there's like 3 freaking girls twerking on the wall. 3 of the girls who I thought were the more responsible ones, they're sitting there twerking on the walls, and the counselor is literally slapping one of them on the booty. That's exactly what she's doing, and I'm just like, oh my god, are you seriously doing this? And you are my freaking counselor. And this counselor, she's 19. Okay, she doesn't look that bad, but she's not really somebody that I want to, like, get in a freaking relationship, alright? Okay, not really in the mood for something like that. And, she immediately sees me, and she has, like, this look in her eyes. And I realize, this is not your standard look that your just normal person would have if they see somebody walk into a room. She had, like, this look. Like, she really wanted me, and I'm just like, okay, this is weird, and she throws herself at me. She literally throws herself at me, and she gets about, like, a centimeter away from kissing me, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to let you do this. No, I don't want you to do this, okay? No, I ain't gonna let this happen, okay? And I eventually push her away, but she's freaking crazy. You know, she keeps throwing herself at me. She doesn't understand that she's drunk. She has a boyfriend, mind you, and I don't really want to have to deal with her boyfriend when we get back from the trip, okay? So, you know, I'm kind of pushing her away, doing the right thing to do and not letting her kiss me, even though that would have probably been a pretty interesting story, to say the least. And, I eventually just realized it's probably best to leave the room, okay? And I tell everybody, hey, I'm leaving. And they're just like, oh, we're gonna leave too. We're gonna all go do karaoke. And I'm just like, okay, yep, go into my room now. Not freaking doing karaoke. So they all leave. Everybody just gets up simultaneously. Of course, the kid who looks like he's 12 gets up with his 2 wine bottles. And they all get up and walk away, all right? And the person who's the counselor, I'm going to say her name is, I don't know, I'm going to say her name is Susie, okay? Let's just give her a name, Susie. Susie, she gets up, she's the second to last person out of the room, and I'm the last person. So she gets out, she's walking down the hallway, I get out, and I click the door shut, okay? And I swear, it was like a freaking horror movie, okay? Because when I clicked that door shut, she's all the way at the end of the hallway, and this is a small boat, so it's a super narrow hallway. She does a complete 180-degree turnaround, and she just gives me that look again. And I'm just like, oh god, what am I gonna do? I can't hide anywhere! This is freaking scary! Okay, it's like when you're going down those scary horror games, and there's like a hallway, and the thing that's at the end of the hallway sees you, but you can't run away because you're at a dead end, okay? That's pretty much what I felt like right then. So, I just realized, I'm just gonna let whatever the heck happens, okay? Whatever the heck happens, I'm gonna just let it happen. It's my time to die. So eventually she just runs at me, throws herself at me. She knocks me completely over on my back, and she's on top of me, and I'm just like, okay, alright, what is it? And, she's just like, Michael, you need to live. This is living. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I am living. I freaking went to Vietnam. What more is there to life than that? I went on a vacation all the way around the world. And she eventually gets up, you know, she starts walking back away, and I'm like, okay, this has to be the end of it. But no, it's not the end of it. She immediately, the second I take a single step, it's like a creaky floor, right? And I take a step, and that creaky floor makes a sound. And she does another 180-degree turnaround, and she throws herself at me again. And she's just like, Michael, act completely sober. And I'm just like, I am completely sober. I'm the only one on this entire trip that is completely sober. And eventually, I'm just tired of this freaking psychotic woman, and I push her away, and I go back into my room. I locked the door this time, okay? I might have actually said I opened up the door for the girl who convinced me to go to the party, but she actually just walked right in. So I locked the door this time, and I was there for at least 2 hours. I had actually been sleeping for about an hour, and everybody comes rushing into my room, and they're just like, oh my god! This kid, what did I give him? I think I called him John. I think that's what I called him. But anyways, the kid who looked like he was 12. Let's just call him John. They're just like, oh my god, John almost jumped off the ship. We need you to keep look after him. I'm like, oh my god, are you kidding me? I'm sleeping right now. So the kid is even more drunk than he had been in the past. Okay, he literally drank those entire 2 bottles of wine, okay, which is a ton of alcohol, and he a lightweight, okay, so he getting drunk pretty fast. and I basically have to keep him in the room. He keeps saying that he wants to leave and he wants to take a swim. I'm like, no, it's 11:30 p.m. and you're not gonna take a swim in these waters, okay? Not something I'm gonna allow you to do. At one time, he actually did escape the room, and he didn't actually escape the room. He was trying to climb out of the freaking window. It was one of those portholes that you see in a standard ship. He actually tried climbing out of it, and he got a pretty decent way out of the ship, but I managed to stop him, and it was, very interesting experience. So he pretty much did not get any sleep at all that night. I didn't get any sleep at all that night. And it was a very interesting experience. Definitely one of the most interesting experiences I ever had in the entire trip that I had when I went to Vietnam. But anyways, that was my story. I thought you guys would like that story, considering you guys liked the story about Rachel when I went to China. So this is another story, another version of that, and hopefully you guys enjoy this. But honestly, that's pretty much it. I don't really have much else I need to say. I think I have another story that I may possibly tell you guys in another video. I might do it in another pre-recorded video. Actually, that would make a lot of sense if I did do it on another pre-recorded video. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to post it, but if I do, probably going to actually record it like right after this one. I just have to like gather my thoughts and remember what that story was. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy the story. It was a really freaking weird story, and I hope none of you guys have to deal with something like that. Psychotic freaking counselor on a trip where the counselor is supposed to be the responsible one, who turns out to not be the responsible one and turns out to be the biggest partier out there who gets more drunk than everybody else. But, yeah, just gonna warn you, if you ever go on trips like that, there's probably gonna be those weird people on those trips, so just be that as it may. Take the trips if you want, and just be prepared for whatever the heck freaking happens. So, I'm actually doing another trip with that same tour company in, just a couple of months. Actually, it's less than a couple of months. It's June 8th, like I said right now. And on July 22nd, I'm going to Peru, alright? So, not too far from now, I'll actually, since I'm going to be using Twitter a lot more, I'll tell you guys if anything weird happens on my Twitter when I'm on that trip, alright? But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I really hope you guys did enjoy this story. I know these past two random weapon gameplays that I've done, well, I don't actually know if I'm going to post this one right after space weapon gameplay, but if I do, I did space weapon gameplay and this one, and they're a lot different, I know, but I just wanted to tell you guys some life stories. It's pretty funny, and hopefully something a majority of you guys do enjoy. But with that being said, guys, hopefully there's more than one person watching this video. With that being said, guys, if you guys did enjoy the gameplay with these weapons that I had in this video, I have lots of other videos where I have used these weapons in the past. If you guys want to see gameplay with alien rifle, then you guys can check out my space weapon gameplay like I just said, and you guys can also check out alien weapon gameplay for gameplay with the alien rifle, the alien blaster, and the alien cannon. And if you guys want to go check out some gameplay with the laser bouncer and the laser bow, I did a comparison on both of those weapons very recently, and that was a very good comparison. And if you guys want to see some of the best gameplay with these weapons, then go check out my reviews I did on both of the weapons. So with that being said, guys, that's pretty much it, and I'll probably just end it here since I ended the match. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode.